The old Vibergs. All right, friends, we got this one more little specimen. It's right on the driveway. It's actually got a broken limb across it. It's a maple, and it's up against. It's beautiful in here, but these maples, well, actually, look at this. Look in close at this. Look at that. There's like fungi wrapped right around it. It's got a widowmaker hanging right up in top like a spear, ready to go. The home is here in the shed, and nice little trees and that. But I've got to put this here. But the only thing, well, I'm wondering now that I look at this, but we've got septic there. So here's my dilemma, friends, is that limb that wraps around the fir tree. So as soon as this thing hits, that limb is going to grab the tree. It's going to grab the fir tree. Now, it's going to hang up. It's literally going to hang up on that branch right there. But who knows what this stump is like? If it's a solid stump, that means we'll be able to push it out. But here's the deal. There's also this shot right down the driveway. And if we look and assess our lean from the back side of the tree, our only targets, so here's the lean right into the sun. It's the lean is at the fellas over there. Like, this is the general lean of the tree. I'll get you out of the sun. See this? It's actually leaning right to the shed and the fellas, which tells me I can go up here, but they got a couple of spruce trees planted in there and we got limbs. So I'm assessing every situation here. Really, it would be nice to go there. But if I do that, I'm gonna have to coerce it out of here, but I think I might go that way. Because here, there's a septic and lids in that, and it's not terrible because I actually wouldn't end up, I wouldn't even worry about that too much. I think I could keep this stem up on the hump and it really wouldn't hurt much. Do you guys get what I'm saying? So it's either hang up the tree and have to push it away from that fir tree. And I'll give you this idea that you got to look up. So those maple limbs are tough. They're tough and they're right there, and they are literally going to grab that fir tree as soon as I start to go there. So it's not a terrible thing, but I do not want it to break off the tree and roll up into those little spruces. It's not the end of the world, but I really don't want that. So I may go here because this will just fall away. And if I shoot this thing, if I shoot this up there, really nothing's going to happen to the septic. I may even put a couple of rounds of firewood down there, or even high stump it. I could do that. I could high stump this. So I'm going to go this way, friends. I'm going to go up there because that way I'm not going to get caught, because that's going to catch me. I know it is. That's going to lean up against that tree and it's going to catch me, and I'm going to have to push that out of there. Now, if I could shoot it over there, no problem. No problem. But here, it's not going to work. So I got to go with my gut feeling. I'm just telling you, it's a good idea to assess, like really assess stuff before you start just walking up and cutting something. Does that make sense, friends? Good day. The sun is coming out. I woke up at early in the morning and the house was shaking from the amount of rain that was falling from the sky in the darkness. Friends, welcome, by the way. This is that same job that we did with them when we fell that balsam in that tree down by the lake. And I just circled up around to the front of the house. And this, friends, again, I have only so much to offer the world from what's in me and where I've come from. And I like to offer it on my YouTube channel. I know there's a lot of people a lot of people turn to YouTube to do things they haven't done before, or they want to learn about something. And I would reckon I'm going to show up somewhere along the line to do with power saws or, filing or falling trees or climbing trees. I'm going to show up in the algorithm at some point in your life if you're searching for that. And for that, I'm grateful. And so I hope when you find me in the algorithm that you hit the freaking subscribe button and you hang around, because I got a lot to share going forward. We get excited. I'm the same way on the stump. I take a quick look at something. I go, well, here's the predominant lean. For every action, there is a reaction. I could probably try and twist this or it's going to get hung. Here's the problem if I went up there. My first instinct, friends, was to cut it up there. Not towards the house and the shop, but up there. That was my first initial. Well, I weighed out the options and I looked up very closely and I tried to show as best as I could with the camera that if one of those maple limbs, friends, maple limbs close to the trunk are way stronger than they are out there. Some little ones will just hit and bend and slip by. Do you guys know what I mean by that? Like they'll hit and they'll bend and swing by. But when they're close to the trunk, you're stopped dead square, especially if you don't have a lot of travel room. I've got about 18 inches of travel. The tree is not going to be moving that fast. It's going to lay up against there. Now what can happen is it can break off and go onto that shop or smash up those little spruce trees and that. So I decide to go the other way. So all I'm saying, friends, is take your time. Just good old take your time. Here, let's turn this on at the end of this interjection, see if it makes any difference. Probably not. The sun's out. I'm building a short video. I got one for the members group going. We got craziness happening. I'm healing up. My shoulder was just a tweak. It's feeling better today, but I'm going to rest a couple days for the next adventure that's coming, and there's a lot of them. Work hard, be honest, and be kind. Enjoy the rest of the video. So let's see if we can kind of pick this up on camera for you. I'm actually going to leave that right like that. All right, friends, we'll just clean that stump. Just, again, it's a headspace when you get around the stump and you're about to make a tree that if anything went wrong, your name is going to turn to mud pretty quick. So just cover all the angles. There is a system to cut a tree down, and the system starts. See, I'm looking at that septic field going, I don't want to bash that lid up. I'm just not going to do it. I'm not going to shortcut it. I'm going to take a couple minutes, grab a couple pieces of firewood so that lands on top of the firewood, not that plastic lid. It's not a big tree, but anything can happen. So I'm just trying to cover all bases these days. I used to be in a real hurry, friends, and it got me hurt. It got me hurt. I can probably say that now that I was in a bit of a hurry as a young man feeding a family, and I'm just so engaged in my work now. I just don't want to, and we're still making mistakes and learning as we go. The learning never stops. Good morning, friends. Well, I haven't had high vis on for a long time, and I got my corks out today. It's a little patch of fur we got to knock over for Larry, and I'm looking forward to it. top beak. Slight top beak. Not acceptable. There's so much content backed up in my phone right now. And I went and bought a new phone. It was time for a phone upgrade. So I got like a 16 freaking 500 gigger. You know what I mean? So this is my old phone we're using, and I'm waiting for the right time to swap all the freaking, all that over and that. But listen, shorter video today, lots on the go, but I want to keep things moving out for you. Friends, we ran into some very interesting trees on this job. It'll be great to get into the thick of it. I got GoPro footage, and I've also got just Luke came and helped me and filmed and that. So there's quite a bit of footage, but I think you'll be interested on some of the stuff that happened here. We actually followed it, and we had a backhoe, friends, to pull the wood out of the hole. Larry's doing a big project down there, so it's at the Bible camp up there. I've done work for Larry for years up at that camp for the kids and their thing up there, and I love it. Love working for Larry. Larry's my buddy. He's the guy that did my driveway in the backhoe. This man and his backhoe, it's like a sight you see in this community all the time. It's either him or this other fella driving a backhoe. Anyway, Larry, if you watch this, thank you, brother. Friends, work hard, be honest, and be kind. And I will catch you on the next video.